Okay, so today I'm going to dismantle our summer living space, since I have to grudgingly admit that summer apparently is over. And yeah, even the birch tree is starting to lose its leaves. Anyway, what you see behind me is the summer living space that I'm talking about, also known by myself and those that know me well as a hillbilly gazebo. Not that hillbilly gazebo, but the hillbilly tented gazebo, I guess, would be more accurate. So let's take a quick look at some of this. You can see that we have here a louvered edge along the sides. This side, I want to make one for the other end too. The ends are just closed in. See that? With some tarping and framed in with some wood. Anyway, I'll take this thing off this mount and show you some of the rest of the construction while I take it apart. How does that sound? Well, this is interesting. I've already pulled some of this down. This is a morning glory vine, and it's grown up there, and I'm trying to decide just how I'm going to get it down without destroying things. Anyway, I already pulled this bit down, and maybe I'll just get this out of the way first. That would be a good. So I hope the light isn't too bad for you to be able to see what's going on here. We've got these vines growing up over top of the twinkle lights, and I'm going to have to take down the twinkle lights in order to take down the vines. Mind you, the twinkle lights have to come down anyway. So. The vines are strong. Right, I got that bit off, kind of. Too bad you couldn't reuse the vines somewhere, because they are strong. But I wouldn't trust my life to them, swinging from the trees or anything like that. I don't like the flying young man on the flying trapeze, going through the air with the greatest of ease. Through the air, alright. Anyway. Okay, I think we got it down. So now, in order to take this unit down, the first thing we have to do is take down these louvered sections. And when I built these, I built them so that they can come down easily. So there are only about 4 screws holding each section of louvers, I think. So I've got 1 screw here. Well, no, I've got 3 on the top, and a couple on the bottom, and then they just pop out. I'll see if I can get that set up for us. I need a container to put the screws in. Okay, so I got a container for the screws, and let's try to show you how this comes down. Now this machine here is my answer to a screwdriver, because I wrecked my wrists 15 years ago, and I can't turn a screwdriver, but this turns just lovely. So, get around here. Although the battery is getting tired, I'll replace the battery, and well, actually, maybe I can show you this section come out there, just like that. First step in taking them down. So as you can see, it looks just a little bit different, a little bit funny, a little bit too open without all my louvered pieces in there. I got all 4 of them out, and there they are over by the garage, labeled and ready to go back in again next spring. So now I'm going to try to show you how the tension is put on this tented portion of things. And I'm going to set the camera back up. The secret's right there in the ends. But before I do any loosening of tension or anything, I have to take down these twinkle lights. I wouldn't want anybody to mistakenly think that I celebrated Christmas. Anyway, I got to take them down. So here goes nothing. Okay, so the way this whole thing works is this laminated beam here is supported at each end by a threaded rod that comes down from the peak of my structure, and the threaded rod, when it's loosened, takes the tension off the tarp. Look at how bad the UV affects that tarp. That's one summer. At any rate, it's a whole lot cheaper to replace a tarp than it is one of those fancified city store-bought tents. Anyway, and I don't have to replace everything else. So this laminated beam, I'm going to loosen these off. That takes the tension off, and then I can undo the screws along there and along there, and then I drop this off. There's a grommet that this rod goes down through to hold this in place. I drop it right off, pull it back from the grommet, and slide this back up into place, and that way the tarp can come off without having to dismantle everything. So I'm going to do that, and I'll get back at you. So as you can see, the tension is now off the tarp, and I'm going to proceed to take out these screws that held it in place around the edges, and then that's on both sides. I'll show you the beam that I made on the edges here to make it so that it didn't just bow out of shape later. But for now, I'm going to take the tarp down. So here you see I've undone all the screws, and now the tarp is hanging loose over top of my center pole, which is held in place by the threaded rods on the ends still. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just reach inside there, undo the nuts, drop the one end, pull the tarp back, pull the grommet off the threaded rod, pull the tarp back, and then slip the center pole back in place. And through the magic of video, the tarp is down, the center pole is put back in place, and I probably should move to the other side since the sun is shining from the south and probably making it too bright to see much. At any rate, here we have, oh, there it is, the center pole. And now I'm going to take down the two gables. Actually, I'm going to try to take it all down in one piece if I can figure out how to do it without destroying everything, because those gables are fun to put up. Anyway, back at you. I see someone has made a home out of my tarp already. Haven't you, Gomez? Gomez! Hey, I'm up here, stupid. Too busy cleaning up. So I've taken the screws out that hold my gable to this post, and now I'm going over here, and there are screws in the bottom here that hold the whole thing to this structure here, and the same thing in this corner. Screws underneath, and I have a couple of screws to remove out on the face of this, but the same thing here, some screws underneath and some screws here, and the whole unit can be lifted down if I can do it. So here goes nothing. I don't know if I'm aimed right or not, but there it is. So there it is. I did manage to get the grass cut one more time. Burning up a bit of scrap here. Emptied out Dad's wagon that he made. Interesting. He made that wagon for me when I was about 12 years old. I'm going on 59 now. And I've only had to rebuild parts of it. But I've had that wagon for a long time, played with it. And the back wheels are made from an old fire extinguisher, an old pump style fire extinguisher. The front wheels are from an old metal wheeled potato picker. And I put that tongue on it so I could drag it around behind my tractor because, you know, it is a little bit heavy with bags of soil in it like that. And the other one, I'm not sure where he got the wheels for it, but he built it just a few years before he died. At any rate, I'll take you around and show you where the tented outdoor living space was. It's all been taken down now, just today, and I showed you some of it. Right now it's all dismantled so that I could get at the roof when the snow builds up in that valley in the wintertime to drag the snow off. And I cleaned the eaves troughs out. They were pretty packed with stuff. My ladder's still there. I haven't put it away. Just got to put stuff away now, and we're kind of set up for the winter. That post there stays there. It's set in that pile of bricks that are all stuck together with construction adhesive. Those bricks that are around the top of the decommissioned well there are just sitting there. But I thought I should show you that. And it's all gone until next year. So you have a nice day. See ya. Just an interesting little sidebar. My battery that was dead is now charged. Well, it wasn't dead, but it wasn't working the way it should. And I mentioned earlier that a person needs a place in a cold garage to keep stuff from freezing. And these batteries are no exception. So last night it went below zero, which wouldn't be too bad. It's the 20 below zero that's bad. So I have this cabinet that I've got lined with carpet. And I keep my glue in there and my batteries in there. And even when it's 20 below zero, when you reach in that cabinet, everything that's in there is nice and warm. That's not a big bulb. It's only a, what does it say, a 60 watt. So even the stuff that's right close to it isn't hot. I can put my hand right on that and it's not going to burn. Whoop, I can put my hand right on there and it's not going to burn. I guess I wasn't showing you. I was looking instead of showing you. Anyway, yeah, nothing's hot, but it stays warm. The glue is warm. It doesn't boil away or anything. I keep it over there. I'm going to get the battery for my bigger drill, which is in the house. It's not going to freeze. But I'm going to put it in there, and I'm going to put my little impact in there to keep it from freezing. Keep the battery on it from freezing. anybody has some bright ideas about how to fix those old 12-volt batteries, I would be glad to hear about it. Because I've got 2 of them. That one's been in the charger and it's probably still dead. I'll stick that one in the charger and see if it'll come to life again or not. Well, the light flashing. I don't know what I was showing you there while I did that, but I may have to do a bunch of cutting on this one too. Anyway, trimming, sorry. Editing? Whatever. Have a nice day.